In today's society, characterized by speed and rampant consumption, managing personal finances often appears to be a daunting task. Many individuals struggle to effectively handle their money, resulting in financial stress, debt accumulation, and uncertainty about the future. However, amidst these challenges, there is a wealth of simple yet powerful advice that can transform people's financial perspective and habits. I'm talking about basic rules of financial education that can help you handle money better and lead a more peaceful and happy life. Financial education is not just about learning to save or invest, but also about developing essential skills to make conscious and responsible financial decisions to build a solid foundation for a healthy and prosperous financial life. Today, we have 4 transformative money management tips that, if you start putting into practice right now, can alter your financial trajectory, starting from today. All 4 tips will have an immediate impact on your life, but get ready because our number 1 tip will definitely surprise you. You've surely never seen anything like it until you reach this video. So let's start with your life change now. Tip number 4 is the danger of unnecessary debts. How many times have you heard, "I'll just put it on my credit card"? This statement has become all too common in our day-to-day lives. It's a tempting thought, isn't it? Buy now, pay later. But it's a trap, a dangerous one that can lead to a vicious cycle of unnecessary debt. So let's talk about unnecessary debt. Let's talk about those spontaneous shopping sprees, those last-minute vacations, and those upgraded gadgets we get lured into purchasing on credit. Yes, they bring instant gratification, but at what cost? The cost of your peace of mind, the cost of your financial freedom. Think about it. When you're in debt, you're essentially selling your future time, your future peace of mind, for something you want right now. But the reality is, that shiny new thing won't feel so shiny when you're still paying for it months or even years later. Living within your means is not about depriving yourself of the good things in life. It's about understanding your financial boundaries and making conscious decisions. It's about choosing to spend your money on things that truly add value to your life, instead of on things that only give temporary pleasure. When you avoid unnecessary debt, you aren't just saving money. You're buying peace of mind. You're buying the freedom to make choices in the future that aren't dictated by the debts of your past. You're buying the ability to sleep at night without worrying about how you're going to make ends meet. And remember, just because you can buy something doesn't mean you should. Just because you can put it on your credit card doesn't mean you should. So, the next time you're tempted to say, "I'll just put it on my credit card," take a moment. Ask yourself, is this purchase really worth the debt? Is it worth the stress, the worry, the interest payments? Most of the time, the answer will be a resounding no. Remember, if you can't afford it, you probably don't need it. Tip number 3 is the setting financial priorities. Have you ever found yourself spending on luxuries while essentials are left unattended? If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. It's a common scenario that many of us find ourselves in. We're wired to crave instant gratification, which often leads to impulsive buying decisions. But it's crucial to keep in mind that every dollar spent is an investment in our future. Imagine you're at a crossroads. One path leads to a shiny new pair of sneakers you've been eyeing for weeks. The other path leads to a down payment on a car that could significantly enhance your daily commuting experience. Which path would you choose? The sneakers might offer immediate satisfaction, but the car is a more substantial investment that could pay off in the long run. Setting financial priorities isn't about deprivation. It's about making conscious decisions. It's about understanding the difference between wants and needs. It's about recognizing that a night out at an expensive restaurant might be a want, while saving for retirement or a down payment on a house is a need. It's easy to fall into the trap of excessive spending on non-essential items. But each time we do, we're potentially sacrificing a piece of our future financial security. And that's a price too high to pay. So how do we set financial priorities? Start by listing your financial goals. They might include saving for a house, paying off student loans, or building a retirement fund. Then allocate your resources accordingly. Make sure your spending aligns with these goals. Remember, the key to financial success isn't about how much money you make, but how you manage it. It's about making choices that contribute to your financial well-being, not just now, but in the future. It's about understanding that every financial decision, no matter how small, can have a significant impact on your financial health. So, are those sneakers really worth it? Or would you rather invest in something that brings long-term benefits and financial security? It's time to start prioritizing. Your future self will thank you. Tip number 2 is the importance of a rainy day fund. Tell me one thing. What if you lost your job tomorrow? Do you have a safety net? This might sound like a harsh question to ask, but it's a reality that many of us could face. And that's where the concept of a rainy day fund comes into play. Think of a rainy day fund as your financial umbrella, ready to shield you from the unexpected financial storms life may throw your way. It's not about expecting the worst, but about being prepared for anything. Let's break it down. First, it's crucial to determine how much you need in your rainy day fund. A good rule of thumb is to aim for an amount equivalent to 6 months of your expenses. This includes your rent or mortgage, utility bills, groceries, transportation costs, and any other regular expenses. This might seem like a daunting number, but remember, you don't have to reach this goal overnight. Start small and gradually build up. Next, where should you keep this fund? It needs to be easily accessible and safe from market fluctuations. Savings accounts are a popular choice. They offer a safe place to stash your cash, and you can withdraw at any time without penalties. Alternatively, you might consider low-risk investments, like certificates of deposit or treasury bills, which can offer slightly higher returns. The importance of a rainy day fund cannot be overstated. It's your safety net in case of job loss, medical emergencies, unexpected home repairs, or any other unforeseen expenses. Not having to worry about how to cover these costs can reduce stress and give you peace of mind. But there's more to it than just financial security. Having a rainy day fund also gives you financial freedom. It means you have the ability to make choices based on what's best for you, not just what you can afford at the moment. It allows you to take calculated risks, maybe start that business you've been dreaming of, or take that much-needed break without the burden of financial uncertainty. Remember, building a rainy day fund takes time and discipline, but the peace of mind it brings is truly priceless. A rainy day fund isn't about pessimism, it's about preparedness. We're getting to our first and most powerful tip that you surely have never seen anywhere else. So let's dive into it. Tip number 1 is authenticity in financial management. You must be thinking, I'm not a millionaire, I'm just like you. And that's the truth, folks. And to be honest, I'll tell you that I'm not a millionaire either. That's why I have the authority to share these 4 tips with you. I don't have a yacht parked in the Caribbean or a private jet waiting for me at the airport. But what I do have is peace of mind, and that's worth more than any luxury item money can buy. You see, my wealth doesn't come from having a lot of money. It comes from knowing how to manage the money I do have. And believe me, it wasn't an overnight success. I made mistakes, fell into debt traps, spent on things I didn't need, but I learned from those mistakes. And that's what I want to share with you today. It all starts with being authentic with yourself about your financial situation. You have to be honest about what you can and can't afford. It's easy to fall into the trap of wanting to keep up with the Joneses, buying things you can't afford just to look successful. But the reality is, you're just digging yourself into a financial hole. Living debt-free isn't about depriving yourself of the things you want. It's about making smart decisions about when and how to buy them. For example, instead of buying that brand new car on credit, why not save up and buy a slightly used one outright? That way, you're not saddled with monthly payments and you own the car outright. Small decisions like these can make a big difference in your financial health. And remember, only make purchases when you have the money. If you can't afford it, don't buy it. It's as simple as that. There's no shame in saying no to something you can't afford. In fact, it's a sign of financial maturity and wisdom. So let's be authentic about our financial management. Let's stop trying to impress others with things we can't afford and start impressing ourselves with our financial savvy. Financial freedom isn't about having a lot of money, it's about managing what you have. And that, my friends, is the key to a life of financial peace and freedom. So, are you ready to take control of your finances? This is the question that should resonate with you. Remember, it's crucial to prioritize financial education, live within your means, set your financial priorities, and establish a rainy day fund. Now it's your turn to start your journey towards financial independence. Leave a comment below stating which tip you'll apply to your life right after watching this video. And leave a like, subscribe to the channel so that you receive all the content about finances that can help you have a better quality of life.